Get your bite.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey. Good evening. Hey, good evening. Yes, welcome to the Vitamin M Show. Listen, I am your hype girl. I am your home girl next door. Listen, I am your resident motivator. I am your source of motivation and inspiration. And I am so elated that you made the decision to join me on tonight, because I always know that it is a decision, it is a choice. You get to make the decision regarding what feeds into your soul. And I am ready on tonight to feed into your soul. So listen, while we are on this journey together, I am excited about it. Why are we here? I always remind you to lay out our objective and our purpose. Why are we here? We are here so that you are able to walk around in your life and get to the point where you are able to do three things. I want you to be able to do these three things: to break down walls, to produce positive thinking, and to exhibit resilience amid any situation. That means that you break down those walls that you need to break down in your life. You produce positive thinking so that you get to where you want to go. And resilience is your bounce back. It is your ability to come back, because I recognize that leaders, I'm calling out the leader in you, that we all face roadblocks and we fight to overcome our own self-imposed limitations. As an administrator of over a decade, I am passionate about helping others to be overcomers in all aspects of their lives. I've told you that we are here so that you can break down the walls, produce positive thinking, and to exhibit resilience amid any situation. When we begin to think about on tonight our journey, we're all on a journey. There's a journey that we're all on. There's a journey that we are all on. But before we start talking about that journey, listen, I almost messed up. I cannot talk about the journey and where we are if I don't stop and say, hey, I see you getting your vitamins. Hey, I see you getting your vitamins. Hey, I see you getting your vitamins. Hey, get your vitamins. Hey, get your vitamins. Hey, get your vitamins. Yeah! Make sure that you are always getting your vitamins along this journey. And when we talk about our vitamins, we're talking about that special vitamin M, that dose of weekly motivation that keeps you going throughout your week, that occurs every Sunday night at 6:30. Listen, when we go back and we talk about the journey, each of our journeys is different. We experience it differently. We may be on the same path, but because we are individual people, when we're going through this world, we experience it differently. No two people see or experience the same journey in the same manner or with the same perspective. We may be in the same room together, but we're going to walk away with two different things. And sometimes we have to stop to agree to disagree. We have to stop to agree to disagree. Our world would be a better place if we ever learn that there's a give and a take. There's a him and a her. And sometimes we just have to be polite on the journey and just say, I respectfully disagree with your opinion, but I love you and I appreciate you anyway, because we're going to be in some of the same rooms and some of the same spaces together, but I'm going to have my perspective depending on my past experiences, what I bring to the table, the things that I've read, the things that I've learned, the things that I know. That's what begins to shape my experience. It's my culture. It's what I read. It's what's been fed into me or what I have heard. We are all on our way, but what is the same? We are on our way, but what is the same? We may face similar situations, but there is one thing that we're all going to be on the same path, and it is called the process. The process. The process. The process. The process. Even though we may be in the same room, we're going to have a different experience. We're going to have a different perspective. And because we are individuals and I deserve to have my own opinion, I deserve to have my own thoughts, I deserve to experience it the way that I want to experience it. I deserve that. You deserve that. We may come together, but what keeps our roles the same? What similarities do we have? The similarities that we have is the process. The process. The process. We are going to talk about this process on tonight because it is in the process. It is in the process. It is in the process. It's in the middle of the process. It is the process. It is the process. I'm getting so excited about it on tonight. Listen, I cannot stop saying the process, the process, the process. It's the process that makes us. It's the process where the magic begins to happen. What happens in the process is what makes the difference. It's what happens in the process that makes the difference. What are you doing in the process? What are you doing in the process in the meantime? In the meantime, what are you doing in that process time? What are you doing in the process? What are you doing in the process? Because we are all going through a process. You cannot avoid the process. Everything goes through a process. A cake does not become a cake unless it goes in the oven, unless you put the eggs and the flour and the extract or whatever you put in. If you put in the pudding, whatever you put in to make your cake, you have to stir the cake up. The cake goes through a process. An egg is just an egg until you add it into the cake. Then you put it in the oven, and that's when it comes out as a cake. But the cake has to go through a process. If you don't put the ingredients in the cake, guess what? It's just batter all by itself. It is just batter alone. It is nothing until you put it in and then you bake it and you make something of it. What are you doing in your process? We're going to talk about that process after these messages.
Get ready to be inspired. Coming exclusively to YouTube is the show that will lift your spirits and ignite your passion. Join Marshall Sterling, the powerhouse of positivity, as she embarks on a journey to unlock the secrets of success and motivation.
This is the Vitamin M Show, where the M stands for what? Motivation.
From the boardroom to the classroom, Marshall leaves no stone unturned in her quest to inspire greatness.
And repeating things over and over and over and over again, that is how you get it in your own head, and it becomes a part of who you are.
Get ready to elevate your life and reignite your fire.
There comes a time and a place in your life when you simply need to take one simple action. Stay quiet and do the work.
Don't miss the Vitamin M Show, Motivation with Marshall Sterling, exclusively on YouTube.
The process, the process, the process, the process. What are you doing in the process? I want to challenge you on tonight to stop, look, and listen. Stop, look, and listen. Take a pause, look around at your surroundings, at your life. What do you notice? Whatever it is that you notice, you have to own it because you are, listen, you are in the process. You are there because of what you were doing or not doing in the process. You are a product of the process. The cake is a product of the process. You are a product of your process. What were you doing in the process? How were you spending your time? What were you focused in on? Whatever it was, that is what is coming out right now. You are made of your process. You have to begin to own the process. The process is where you are in the making. The process is where the great things begin to happen. You learn through the process. You become educated through the process. You begin to know who you are and what you are made of through the process. You learn what's on the inside of you through the process. You have to go through the process. Stop avoiding the process. Stop sleeping through the process. Stop resting in the process. Stop resting in the process. Stop quitting in the middle of the process. Stop. Stop quitting in the middle of the process. This is where you learn. This is where you get molded. This is where the fire heats up. When the fire heats up, you don't see the cake jump out the oven. You don't go get it out. When you see it rise, when you begin to see it rise, what do you say when you're baking? You're like, yeah, it's doing its thing. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I see it rising. I see it working out. It's the same thing in you. When the heat gets hot, and it begins to rise and you begin to see the greatness, you go and ask for you to be taken out of the oven. It's not the time to come out. It is the time to stay in because you're getting ready. You are getting ready. You are almost there because you are in a process. What is the definition of process? Process is a noun. It is a series of actions or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end. I'm going to say that again. Process is a noun. It is a series of actions or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end. Listen, what actions or steps are you taking to get to the particular end that you want? It's the process. We are always in some sort of process at all times. All of our actions is necessary for an expected outcome or goal. But one must be doing something in the process. You cannot just be sitting there. You have to be moving and working and shaking and making the magic happen in the process. No matter if it is big or small, you just need to be taking action in the process so that you are able to get to where you want to go. It is very important to understand that you are in a process. You may not want to be where you are, but you are in a process. I want you to go read a book. I want you to go read a book. Listen, the book not even mine. When I write my own book, I'm going to promote my own book. But I want you to go read Chop Wood and Carry Water. Chop wood and carry water. It is all about the process about small repeated steps make huge impact. It's the small steps. It's those things that you repeat, that you do over and over and over and over and over again. It is when you realize that the work is done in the closet, that the work is done behind the scene. The work is not done before the people. The work is done in the background. When you begin to realize the work is done in the background, you begin to realize the importance of the process. The process is how you learn to sharpen your skills before you even realize that you need them. The process, the process, the process, the process. It's the process for me. But do you realize that you need those skills in the process? You don't realize it in the moment, but you need the skills. And I'm going to keep working at it, and I'm going to stay in the process, and I'm going to keep praying, and I'm going to keep working, and I'm going to keep researching, and I'm going to keep studying, because I am in the process, because I don't want to have to get ready. I want to be ready. When the opportunity opens up itself, I don't want to have to get ready. I don't want to have to prepare. I want to already be ready, because I am already aware that I am built for this, that I was made for this opportunity. I just have to stay in the making. I have to be willing, ready, and able to be molded. I have to take the criticism and let it mold me. I said in a Facebook post that I'm going to let my haters hear ye haters. You are only fueling the fire. You're only fueling the fire that is ignited within. You're only fueling my fire. You're making me mad. And the madder I get, the harder I go in, because I know that you are hating. I know you don't want to see me succeed, but it's okay, because I realize and I recognize that I am in a process, and I have to learn how to jump over my haters and jump over my haters and jump over my haters, because I'm in a process, and I have to stay there, and I have to talk to myself, and I have to break down those walls, and I have to put up my positive affirmations, and I have to see myself already there, because I am in a process. People may laugh at you, but go through the process, because you are the only one that has to believe it. You don't have to have anybody else to believe in you. All you have to do is believe in yourself and know that you are preparing for the process. We should always be in a state of getting better. We don't want to get stagnant. If you stay where you are and you don't mold and grow through the process, you'll become stagnant and complacent. I'm going to say that again. You will become stagnant and complacent, and then you will be mad at yourself and say that the process didn't work. No, the process worked. You just didn't have the heat turned up enough. The heat was too low. It'll tell you on the back of a box, or when your grandmother left you the recipe, she said, cook this at 375 degrees, but you cooked it at 275, and you wonder why it took longer, because you did not turn up the heat. You were trying to negate the process. You were trying to negate the process. You was trying to negate the process. You were trying to negate the process. You must continue to grow throughout the process. You must continue to grow throughout the process. During the process, you must learn to overcome your biggest challenge. You must learn to overcome your biggest challenge. What is your biggest challenge? Yourself. It's you. You are your biggest challenge. You are your biggest challenge. You are your own worst enemy. You kill your own dreams. You beat up your own self. You talk negative to yourself. You let the imposter show up. It is all you. It's you. It's you. It is you. Learn to love you and who you are right now and who you are becoming in the process. Who are we becoming throughout the process? We're becoming stronger. We are learning our craft. I'm becoming a better speaker. I'm able to allow things to roll off my back. Listen, I'm becoming a better person throughout the process. You have to know, who are you becoming in the process as you shift and make change. I want you to learn to fall in love with the process. I am in love with the process of getting ready to film, because it makes it easy when you fall in love with the process of getting there and not just the end results. It makes it easier and it makes you stick in. It gives you that stay with it power. It gives you that not to get up, because I just don't want to be great. I want to fall in love with the process of being great. You only live once, so why be miserable? Why not fall in love with the process, the process of what is happening? Listen, I'm falling in love with learning, with getting out of my comfort zone, with meeting new people, with learning other people's journey and their stories. The process, I'm falling in love with the process, just the interactions, just the things that I'm growing and I'm getting better as a human being, because I'm not just in love with the end of the show when it is produced, but I am in love with how we get there, what that looks like. I'm in love with, intrigued with how you learn and how you grow and how I motivate you and how I get you to break down your walls and how I get you to produce positive thinking and how I get you to exhibit resilience amid any situation. I'm in love with the process. Are you in love with the process? You need to fall in love with the process. There are 3 steps or 3 actions that you can take during the process. Work, be patient, repeat. Work, be patient, and repeat. Work, be patient, and repeat. Work, do the work. Do the work. During the process, you must be doing something. You cannot stand on the sideline. You cannot sit in the back. You have to be doing the work. And while you're doing the work, you have to be patient, knowing that the process is going to work, that all things are going to come together for my good, that everything that I'm doing is coming together for my good. You have to stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. 3 actions you can take. Work, be patient, and repeat. Work, be patient, and repeat. Work, be patient, and repeat. Stay quiet and get the work done, and fall in love with the process. I'm in love with the process. And sometimes being in love with that process means that I'm marking time, but I know that I'm going somewhere, because in this moment, I'm gathering my thoughts. I'm smiling during the process. I'm working during the process. I'm humble during the process. I'm patient during the process. I'm hustling during the process. I'm standing during the process. I am in love with the process. I'm in love with the process. No matter what I do, I'm in love with the meantime. I'm in love with the meantime. I'm falling in love with the process. Fall in love with me. See yourself grow in the process. This has been your Vitamin M. We will see you on next week.
Join us next week to get your weekly dose of Vitamin M. visit our website at www.marshallsterling.com.